Alright guys, we back for a brand new episode of Cold Harbor. That's Harbor spelled like Queen's English. Alright, so y'all can see the city is way down at the end of the highway. We gonna be up in the hills this episode. We uptown. We working on like a slightly rural type build. This is something that I wanted to do in Rivergate actually, but I just couldn't really find the right spot. That was like a only train city. I didn't have any highways, so it kind of didn't make sense to really have it. But this episode, I'm gonna get to do it. Also, let's talk about it. I don't got no audio. I'm gonna really have to rely on background music and whatnot to kind of get us through this one. I almost contemplated not putting it out. I almost contemplated trying to like go add the sound effects in, but it was just way too much. So bear with me. Slightly bad news. The next episode, well, maybe not the next episode. I might skip one, but there is another episode that is so dope that I have to show. I have to put it out, man. So let's talk about this episode. Right now, I'm building a highway exit. You can see I'm kind of building on this like curvy bit of the highway. I'm gonna drop it down to the bank and I'm gonna lay down my exit roads. Now, I start out building it kind of straight. I think I was thinking I would build it mostly straight on, but towards the end, you'll see me curve all the roads and really fit to the curvature and the shape of the highway. I'm laying out a couple of 2-lane roads off of the exits, so when people come off, you know, they don't have to share a lane, but the on-ramps will be just single lane joints. I had the whole sunken highway, which this part of the highway is where it first starts to sink down. It was lined with, I think that's a city key. I might be wrong though. If it's not the city key, it's something that looks just like it. I really like that gray. It has like a brick stone bit at the bottom. I love that. But we're gonna cut that out. And actually on this highway exit, unlike the one that's closer to downtown, here y'all can see me kind of curving the roads and kind of shaping it a little bit, hitting it with the spanks and whatnot. I'm lining this one with some big boy rocks. Usually I line it with like maybe a key wall, retaining wall, something like that. But this one is so far up in the mountains, I really wanted to give it that, you know, this was just cut out of the earth, man. They barely made this exist. They fought the terrain and they got this highway exit in. Also, you can see me using a couple of little gray retaining walls to kind of line it up. Half of that is aesthetics, half of it is me hiding the imperfections where you can see the road kind of cuts off right there because I do that. I probably got some terraforming networks down there. I'm also using some of the retaining walls to make like the overpass part of it. And I'll even use like a little piece of this to make kind of like a center brace, so you don't have to see that basic vanilla highway piece that just kind of sits right there in the middle. We'll line that up, make sure the other side is also kind of sticking up under there. And I found these highway barrels on the workshop a while back. I have already used them, but I don't think I even showed me building a highway exit. If I'm wrong, remind me in the comments, man. I don't think I showed me actually building the other highway exit, but if I did, I'm using those same kind of highway traffic barrels that, you know, they be slamming into them on action movies and all that water be coming out. I don't think are they filled with water in real life? If you work for the highway, let me know. So yeah, you can see we got people going in and out of the city. I actually did end up fixing that problem. It's like a crazy tourist thing, but we're not gonna worry about them tourists right now. Those people that just walking, they just driving in, driving out. We're gonna take a nice look at this. It's definitely looking like a good start. Now, on either side of the exit, there's hills, there's mountainous terrain. So both sides have to kind of fold into a tunnel. Now this side right here, I'm never gonna finish that tunnel. I'm gonna put like some highway construction type props down, a few, you know, guys with the road things and the barrels and the stuff and the debris, and it's never gonna get finished. Now this other side I'm working on over here, I'm actually gonna end up turning that into a real tunnel, and we'll finish that in another episode. Back up on top of the hill, I want to start working on a place to put 2 assets. You'll see this towards the end of the episode, but I'm gonna put a big boy industrial asset up here, and we're gonna put some transportation up here. You know, not public transportation or anything like that, but I definitely felt like this was a good spot for that. For anybody that super hawks my TikTok, you might be like, bro, I think I've seen you do this before. This was almost the episode where the game, I just had to delete everything and I had to start over. So I actually did something like this similar, but I feel like I did it way better on this episode. I mean, I'm gonna feel like that. It's not like I could repeat myself because I don't actually remember the layout. So I kind of just did, you know, my best rendition of myself. I was biting myself. You can see I got the curvy, crazy coming round the mountain type road going up into the hills, and I'm gonna line this with some guardrails, but I'm actually gonna go in and delete a couple of the nodes so it's not continuous. I'm also gonna add some of that iron girder that I love to that bridge, hit it with a little bit of that intersection marking, and then we'll delete some of the guardrail, because like I said, it don't need to be on the parts that's facing up. It just needs to protect you from falling when you're coming down. A little bit of razzle dazzle with some bushes and some grass. Still looking for more bushes on the workshop that look good. Haven't really found any. And we'll put a little industrial park sign down here right at the bottom of the hill, along with a couple of these little random weeds. And there's a few little naked spaces I feel like we can hit up. We don't have to like really OD, and you can't really OD with the snow builds because it looks, the more stuff you stack on top of each other, the weirder it looks. But we're gonna hit it with a few river rocks. I also downloaded these highway signs. I felt like since we actually have some parts of town now, we can put some names on stuff. While I'm doing that, we're gonna get into the comment of the week. It comes from my guy Noma's Towns. He says, this is easily one of my favorite Sia series running at the moment, and that garage and showroom is some of the best detailing I've seen in a long time. You've definitely earned a spot on the council. If you don't know what he's talking about, it's a Jedi Council, and he ain't lying, man. Look at this sauce right here. This is just the layout. This is just me warming up the skillet, baby. Check out my guy Noma's Towns, by the way. He goes in on the European type builds. He is snapping right now. My man did this brutalist train station. I super hated on it. I hate respected it though. I hate respected it because I ain't did nothing like it, and it just looks so fly. It just looks so realistic, and it just looks like such a built-in, glued-in part of the build that he's already doing. So if you like those European type builds, it's called Noma's Haven. I think it's a Scandinavian type build, so y'all make sure y'all check that out. So we done jump down onto the avenue now, man. As y'all can see, I'm building like one of the most American style rest stop, truck stop, gas station. Gonna have a little hotel. It's gonna have a lot of little stuff, and I'm really building this as like a homage to where I'm from, the highways around where I'm from. There's all these little like slices of modern Americana on every highway exit. Y'all know these gas stations with a red roof in, or a Motel 6, or a this, that, and the third, and they're almost every highway exit, if not every other. Again, I wanted to build something like this, and Rivergate just didn't really have the actual space where I would see the use. But Cold Harbor is a little bit different. We got a highway running right through it. This is far enough outside the town where I feel like the assets actually work. So you can see me working on a parking lot right now. I took a big old fat piece of parking lot road and I put it in the middle, and I put some pumps right in the middle of that. So we'll get the detail of that in a minute. Right now I'm just working on some of that little extra parking for people that be kind of walking their dogs, and you know, maybe you just got done vacuuming out the car. That's that kind of little side space. I'm using a Pilot gas station. I have used Love's in the past. Love's is probably my favorite highway type gas station. You know, one of those ones that you only see on the highway. I mean, unless you do have Love's in your city, which if you do, hit me in the comments. I'm gonna stick a Wendy's on the side of this. Also, again, we're on the no sound effects. It's super weird. This feels like parent-teacher conference. We got to keep the music going, but I felt like let's switch it up. We got my guy Willie Jones and the Jive Turkeys. They joined us in the studio today, man. So y'all give it up. Willie Jones and the Jive Turkeys.
This nigga ain't got no sound effects. He's an idiot.
Damn dummy.
How the hell you ain't got no sound effects? He's an idiot.
Damn dummy.
Now you wait a damn minute, Willie Jones. You're not finna be talking about me in my studio.
If he didn't smoke so much weed, this wouldn't happen. But guess what? He's a whole live dummy. I said a Big dummy. That boy is an idiot.
Okay, now I'll admit this probably is a weed-related problem.
Playing the game on mute, it's so creepy.
Playing the game on mute is so creepy. Playing the game on mute is so creepy. It's so creepy.
Okay, so I didn't know this was Pick on Red Kool-Aid Day, but I'm gonna lay down my Shoney's. Y'all see I got my little roadside motel jumping off, the no-name motel. It's nondescript. Throw a little bit of detailing on that. I also got the highway, the tall signs that you see right next to the highway exit. I'm gonna make sure I kind of juggle them around and make those fit in. Pause. I also need to lay down the rest of the parking spaces, and I need to add a ceiling to the little gas pumps. There's no geometry under there. I'm sorry, y'all. We playing the game on mute. This is my fault.
Playing the game on mute is so creepy. It's so creepy. Playing the game on mute is so creepy. It's so creepy. This fool messed up the audio. It's Cold Harbor, and now you know.
Y'all don't listen to them, man. I do a good job most of the time.
This fool messed up the audio. It's Cold Harbor, and now you know.
Can you just stop for 1 second while I just want to talk about what I'm doing right here. Now I'm detailing up my parking lot. I gotta hit the gas pumps with a little bit of that surface, cause y'all know the rocks like to poke through. So we gonna paint that all. We gonna put some decals. We gotta make sure this looks real good. My bad, y'all. I got haters making diss songs like Kendrick Lamar. I'm just trying to make me a little American style truck. Here they go.
Playing the game on mute is so creepy. It's so creepy.
Dog, I never said it was creepy.
Playing the game on mute is so creepy. It's so creepy.
I don't care if it's a bop. Y'all sound like haters. Now, I'm going to put my light work down, man. I got to add and augment some of the lights on this. Also, I feel like this pilot really needed like a back entrance. You know how the truckers get out, they go through that backside. Pause. You know, got a little Amazon locker popping right there, just in case you got some packages coming in while you on the road. You know you gonna be in Wichita. You get your locker number, you get your confirmation code. Boom, you getting stuff delivered on the go. Amazon is amazing. It will be until it kills us all. I'm gonna make sure I show a little bit of love to our hotel as far as props, refreshment machines. Again, y'all, I apologize for the audio thing.
If he didn't smoke so much weed, this wouldn't happen. But guess what? He's a whole live dummy. I said a big dummy. That boy is an idiot down here.
Playing the game on mute is so creepy. It's so creepy. Playing the game on mute is so creepy. It's so creepy.
It's red Kool-Aid, like comment and subscribe.
Lights are free.
Lights are free.
Likes are free.
He really needs some books, but a light will do. It's red Kool-Aid. It's Cold Harbor.
All right, so out here in the front, this is definitely one thing that I wanted to do in a previous series. Again, just couldn't find the space. Making that little ditch area. If you're from the South, you know what I'm talking about, man. We having these little like drainage dishes kind of at the entrance of certain businesses, you know, especially stuff with a lot of traffic. So I tried to make sure I used at least a reasonable amount of realistic details. I'm gonna hit it with this one little dock wall piece right here just to kind of make it feel sealed up. It felt kind of like it was exposed. Also, I'm going to hit the outside of my Shoney's with some of these hedges. I felt like it's just a little bit too exposed. I didn't overdose on props on this build, and this is a slightly shorter episode than probably y'all got used to, but it's a really small area that I built up. This was more me kind of doing the style that I like, where it's like a project. I did a project. I wanted to do my stuff on top of my hill, and really this feeds into the stuff that's gonna be on the top of the hill. This is more of like a, you know, you come down here, you get your Shoney's on. It might be some out of town dudes they got on contract. They need somewhere to stay. Boom, they right here. You need gas for your truck to deliver these cargo products and stuff that we gonna be making up top of the hill. Everything is right here, man. It's all kind of serviced in the same area. I do need to show a little bit more love to the outside of this motel situation. It just felt like, I don't know, man, it just felt like a little neglected. I'm gonna add a back fence on there so the crackheads can only go out one or two ways. They don't have just free reign. It won't turn into Lord of the Flies back there with all types of felonious behaviors happening. I'm gonna hit the edge of that gas pump situation with some bollards. And I do need to put some actual trucks back here because these start out as like park assets or something, but anything that's like a park asset like that, I always end up using Rico to turn it into a dummy asset, which means most of the time there's nobody gonna park there, and it's definitely not gonna be no big rigs parked there. So I'm just gonna put my own. I'm also using some of these bollards. I'm recoloring them, putting them outside. These are like stone bollards from the French pack, and you see I colored them red to kind of make them match that pilot motif. We got the red box out front jumping off. It's a lot of red. It's a whole lot of color coordination going on right here at this little travel center, man. I'm real proud of that. Around back, I wanted to put one of those half fences with the trash in it, and it's like they smell absolutely ridiculous. You hate when you have this, the only place you can park, you're near that, you like, Jesus Christ, what does that smell? I'm also gonna put like an abandoned billboard back here, but I'm gonna put this Tim Hortons on it. Y'all probably saw this in the thumbnail. It was clickbait. I ain't hating on Canadians, man. We love Canadians on this side, man. What y'all talking about? This is a Canadian, American, French little experiment we got going on right here in this whole city, man. This whole city's on disputed land. We don't know who own it, but they up here getting money and living life, so it don't really matter. They don't care about the minutia. As long as the heat stay on, you can say it's in Wakanda, Narnia, Mordor, wherever, baby. We good. We just up here living life, man. I'm gonna hit these signs with a little bit of detail just to make them feel kind of a little bit more part of the landscape. And I wanted to put this open-sided warehouse on this side of the street. I'm gonna leave this functioning as a industrial asset because I use a mod called Industries Rebalanced or something around that. If you Google something close to that, you search something close to that, it'll come up. But it basically just drives the demand and the traffic on these industrial assets it just keeps it way more reasonable. So I don't be worried about putting little industrial assets like this in random places. It's not gonna be 45 cargo trucks jumping up out of there 30 times a day. You might see one cargo truck come out of there every 10 real world minutes, 20 real world minutes. You might see one delivery come in every once in a while, man. Not sure what type of business would be cool with it just being open like that. I guess they got like probably a little on-site security guard, security dog, get your whole kneecap skinned off. But y'all can see this right here. I'm feeling this vibe, man. I built this like 3 times. I did another idea and then I came back and built this over. That's how much I really was in love with that idea. Now let's skip up to the top of the hill, man. Y'all can see I got the gargantuan industrials. This is another one of our like legacy factories in this city. Probably some Shakira Payton type industries going on up in here. Some money getting made. We'll add more jobs to it down the line, but this is why I don't have to build giant industrial zones. I build giant industrial assets. I've been talking for forever, man. Turn on my radio.
Rest in peace to the one and only Black Rob. 99.3 WCHL Chill Nation Radio.
Hey yo, I had this bad bitch uptown, she was whoa. Had me fucked up in the head, whoa. Bought the bitch diamonds and pearls, whoa. Should've seen them shit shining on the wrist. Now money ain't a problem, see my dough is like pulled out my bankroll on y'all niggas like lost and brute shrimp from 2 like faggot wanna peep my blueprints, I'm like had to hit the brakes on y'all niggas like niggas getting boned on my block like coming home within a half an hour like frontin' like they had the manpower like more or less. More so, I rip your torso, I live the fast life. Come through in the Porsche slow like whoa. My niggas like dough, like dro, nitro, my flow, nice clothes like whoa. East Spain with cocaine like whoa. Now I'm Doc Strange in the range like whoa. 100 miles an hour switching lanes like whoa. Plus I'm getting brain from this chick like whoa. Finger near nigga asshole like whoa. Team floor switches and bitches like whoa. 9-9 jag Benz coupe like whoa. Keep them cheese lines on your blocks like whoa. Grenade through your window bitch like whoa. Love to see me do this shit like whoa. Niggas put me through this shit like whoa. So I'ma go toe to toe, blow for blow like whoa. And rip your torso, live the fast life. Come through in the Porsche slow like whoa. My niggas like dough, like nitro, my flow, nice flows like whoa. We back it, then flip it like whoa. Cars we jack it, then strip it like whoa. Fully equip it, front to back like whoa. Spitting on fiends that come for crack like whoa. Asking for shorts and shit, nigga like whoa. Half on this pork, now nigga that's whoa. Flow so properly, you'll see I'm whoa. Ain't no stopping me, I'm deep like whoa. Guns be popping, feed me creep like whoa. Hear my name in these streets, it's like whoa. Must I pound the concrete like whoa. Feel his bitch ass head to feet like whoa. Your man ain't whoa. The judge ain't whoa. COs ain't whoa. POs ain't whoa. Play yourself, I get the G.I. Joe. DIC, K-Riders ain't whoa. I rip your torso, live the fast life. Come through in the Porsche slow like whoa. My niggas like dough, nitro, my flow, nice clothes like whoa.
All right, man. I want to thank y'all for hanging around for the in-school suspension episode of Cold Harbor, man, with the no audio. It was super weird. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Keep telling folk to tell folk. I appreciate all the love, all the comments, all of the suggestions, and bro, let's try this and let's try that, man. I just appreciate y'all for the engagement. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. I'm Kool-Aid. This is Cold Harbor.
Now hit the like, comment, and subscribe. Oh,